Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea from James Clear's Atomic Habits. It's this concept that real, lasting change isn't about what you do, it's about who you decide to become. So, let's get right into it.
Okay, does this sound familiar to you? You decide you're going to start a new diet, you're super motivated, and then a week later, you're right back where you started. Meanwhile, that habit of scrolling on your phone late at night, yeah, that one sticks around with zero effort. So what's the deal here?
Well, it turns out the reason we fail so often isn't because we lack willpower. It's because our entire strategy is backward. We're literally trying to change the wrong thing, and we're going about it in the wrong way. To really get this, we've got to look at what James Clear calls the 3 layers of behavior change. The best way to picture it is like an onion. And trust me, the layer you decide to start with, well, it changes everything.
So on the very outside layer, you've got your outcomes. This is all about what you get, losing the weight, publishing the book, winning the game. Go one layer deeper and you have your process. This is what you do, the new gym routine, the writing schedule. But right at the very core, the deepest layer, that's your identity. This is all about what you believe about yourself. And this, right here, is the critical mistake almost all of us make. We try to build habits from the outside in. We start with the result we want, like I want to lose 20 pounds, and then we figure out a process. But we completely skip over that core layer, our identity.
But what if we just flip that whole model upside down? What if instead of starting with the what we want to achieve, we started with the who we want to be? This is the absolute game changer behind identity-based habits.
This is the big shift in thinking. The old way, the outcome-based way, focuses on the goal. I want to lose weight. But the new way, the identity-based way, focuses on the person. I want to become a healthy person. The goal isn't just a number on a scale. The goal is to actually become someone new. It's such a subtle difference in words, but it's a massive difference in mindset.
And this story from the book just illustrates it perfectly. Imagine 2 people who are trying to quit smoking. Someone offers the first person a cigarette, and they say, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." See? They still identify as a smoker who's trying to change. But the second person says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." Do you feel the power in that statement? Their identity has already shifted. Smoking is in their past, not who they are now.
And this is exactly why so many of our best intentions fall apart. If you set a goal that goes against your underlying identity, your old self will always find a way to sabotage your new plans. You might want to get healthy, but if you deep down see yourself as someone who just isn't an active person, the couch is going to win every single time. Real, true behavior change is identity change.
Okay, I get it. Changing your identity can sound a little abstract, maybe even a bit intimidating. So how do you actually do it? Well, it all starts with this really cool metaphor: casting votes.
This is the key right here. Your identity isn't some fixed thing you're born with. It's something you build up over time with evidence. So every single action you take is like a vote for the kind of person you want to be.
Let's make this super concrete. The goal isn't just to read one book. It's to become a reader. You're not just trying to run one marathon. You're trying to become a runner. You're not just trying to learn one song. You're trying to become a musician. Each of those small, repeated actions provides the proof, the evidence that starts to reshape how you see yourself. There's a great little story in the book about a man who finally quit biting his nails. And after he stopped, he started doing something he'd never done before. He went and got a professional manicure. And for the first time, he saw himself as someone with nice, attractive hands. And he felt genuinely proud of them. That pride, that shift in who he was, that's what made the new habit stick for good.
And really, that's the magic ingredient. Once your pride gets involved in who you are, whether it's being a writer, an athlete, or just someone with well-kept nails, you will fight like crazy to maintain the habits that support that identity. It stops being a chore, and it just becomes who you are.
So we've talked about the why and the what. Now let's get practical. Let's talk about the how. It's actually a really simple 2-step blueprint.
That's literally it. First, you just decide who you want to be. And second, you start proving it to yourself with small, consistent wins. So for that first step, if you're feeling a bit stuck, just start with the result you want. You want to write a book? Okay, work backwards from there. Ask yourself, who is the type of person that writes a book? Well, they're probably consistent and disciplined.
And just like that, your goal isn't just to write a book anymore, it's to become a consistent person.
And then for step 2, you just start collecting evidence for yourself. Each tiny action reinforces that new identity you're building. Every time you write a single page, you are a writer. Every time you do just a 10-minute workout, you are an athlete. These are the votes that slowly but surely build up your belief in this new you.
Now, this whole approach, it really goes beyond just simple productivity hacks. It gets at something much, much deeper about who we are, and more importantly, who we have the potential to become. And this, right here, is the ultimate point of it all. Building better habits isn't really about having something, like more money or a six-pack. It's about becoming someone. The results, the outcomes, they're just the natural byproduct of that incredible personal transformation. It really is that straightforward. The little things you do day in and day out, they aren't just actions. They're the building blocks of you. You literally become your habits. So I'll leave you with one final question to think about. Every single action you take today is a choice. Every habit is a vote. Who are you casting your votes for? Who are you choosing to become today?